You've never paid for it, is what you're saying.
What happened? Who?
No, not-
I'm just recording, but I'll splice. No big deal.
Oh, splice. Look at it all technical.
I am, Tom. When you hear what I put out as a final product, you're gonna be like, "Wow, this guy's got
That
some
means
talent."
Chris does everything, and you go, "Sure."
So
people, everyone assumes that I do since I'm the younger one.
No, because I call you the producer.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So yeah, I remember when
Chris Scott, bro.
Yeah.
Remember when Craig
Mary's really doing everything.
Talk to me as if I do not know anything about this foundation. First thing
And then he's like, I just want to let you know,
I know everything.
I'm the 8th board member.
Yeah, right. Good joke. That's
All right.
pretty funny. I miss making fun of
I
you.
like the go-kart store.
The go-kart store.
Well, they're not paying us any money to say their name, so fuck them.
Is this our internet connection's unstable or Scott's still? Now this shit's spreading to us.
Everything about Scott is unstable.
You just got the computer COVID variant.
I have a clue what that means. The 84 megabyte of the for Crunchyroll, blah, blah, blah.
All right, we're coming back in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the No New Friends podcast with Scott, Mary, and Chris. As always, we'd love for you to connect with us. If you listen to us on Apple, please give us a 5-star review and rating, but just connect with us on that Linktree link. And remember, all of our Patreon money for the month of October and November is going straight to the Gina McReynolds Foundation. And you can check out their website. That's Team Gina. That's Gina with a G.org. And we'll have that in the show notes, the episode description as well. And I'll tell you what, there's a video on that site. Watch that video. And if you watch that video and don't donate after that, you probably have no soul.
Wow.
Am I right, Tom? Is that pretty accurate?
I wouldn't say that, but it's a lot easier if you just do the teamgina.org forward slash one of the things. Why? WHY, like why.
Why? Got it.
And it'll show you a little bit of the what kind of events we put on. But more importantly, it actually here's some of the Gina girls explain how their lives have been impacted by us crazy people. But
Nice.
It'll tell you everything you need to know about us.
Okay, Mary, what were you gonna say?
Well, so speaking from someone who does not have a soul, it still but moved me. And it's one of those things that, like, sometimes, I don't know if you ever, like, drive down the road and you're already, like, on the edge of a mental breakdown, and then you remember something like that, and you're like, oh, God, I remember the video. Like, I'll cry again thinking about it right now. So it is very moving. And
Mary, I've seen that video 150 times, and I literally have to look away.
Yeah.
Because I still cry. And you'll see me at events because I'm a crier. And I'm not a very good crier. Like, I want to be a hot crier. Oh, I'm terrible.
But does anybody pretty cry? Because I don't either. I don't. There's never one glistening tear. That's not a thing.
Indian on the Marlboro commercial when he's on the horse.
I don't.
Just the one tear.
That's not a thing for me.
I get that going. I think I can barrel through it because, again, I'm not real smart. And
so do you have to hold it in and then you do the thing? Yeah.
That was a great visual.
I get the.
And then they're like, is he hyperventilating? Is he having a stroke?
Miserable.
What's happening?
So you'll see me at one event, one of the guys that was speaking, I literally looked down at the ground. I couldn't pay attention because I was about to throw up even. So, but I'm working on, I'm trying to stop myself because I do. I think I'll power right through this, and it never goes well.
Happy to help you with some cognitive behavioral therapy,
You
sir.
just have to
If
think
you need
of
it.
race cars and
Yeah, I don't.
So I don't necessarily cry. I mean, like, I'll tear up and all that, but I pout.
Oh,
I
Mr.
pout.
Tough guy. You watch this and don't donate a soul.
There's like, also I don't cry.
Segment about you being pouty.
Yeah, I'm very pouty. We got Waldorf and Statler over there from Team Gina. I'm very pouty if I don't get my way. So we're in Halloween Horror Night season, right? And we get the month of September pass with Express. Well, here's the thing. I'm very particular about how my Halloween Horror Nights experience goes. I don't like to wait at the line at the front gate when I get there. So like we have to get there at like 3:00 in the afternoon, come in with our annual passes, and then we go into the lockdown area and wait. And then
I
when they open
just
that up, go ahead,
I
Mary.
want to take a minute. I
Please.
think that
Yeah.
it's worthwhile for everyone to be a Patreon and just take note of the faces, the facial expressions happening across the board right now. We are all looking at you like you are insane. You're the most entitled and privileged human I have ever come across in my entire existence.
There's Saul. There's Saul.
Yeah, he's like, isn't there someone who can wait for me? Like, what is this? Also, where's my water? Like, what the is somebody gonna come, tap my head? Like, please, I'm sweating a little bit. Somebody help. What is
Mary,
this?
Mary, we did a whole episode about to be or not to be high maintenance, and that was all about you. We talked about this. I'm 10 times more high maintenance.
Well,
than
yeah,
you.
that would be a shit episode because the answer is yes. Resounding yes. At least there's a question when it comes to me. You over here, you're like, really? I have to be outside with other people? Like,
with
what
other
if there's
mouth
breath?
breathers.
Yeah.
So
Continue on.
So
we all look dumbfounded right now just listening to this.
So we usually
Go
get there
ahead.
at 3 p.m. and stay and scream. So, we go in the lockdown area, we get first access to the house, and I don't have to deal with the large number of crowds coming into the front gate when Horror Nights officially opens. I'm already in the park. Well, there was
like going to any event with you as a horror night.
Yeah, no, Scott puts the horror in Horror Night.
Holy crap. Okay,
So-
sorry, go ahead.
That's okay. There was one night in particular 2 years ago, because we didn't go last year, 2 years ago, when Rachel couldn't get off work early enough, and we had crossed the threshold of when we could stay and scream, and I pouted like a little bitch for 3 hours because I didn't get my way to get into the park early.
Can you give me context? So you wait there at 3:00, you said.
Yep. So we go ride rides and all that, and then we go into the lockdown area.
When does it open?
Horror Nights opens for the stay and scream people at 6:00.
So you wait somewhere for 3 hours.
No,
So
I
wait a
ride.
minute, and explain the lockdown area.
Look at
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I'm
There's
very
so many
confused.
questions.
Do you have to shut the blinds and hide in a closet?
No, there's barricaded off areas, but there's restrooms, there's restaurants, there's beer, there's smoking areas.
Scott, are
Yes.
you in handcuffs at this point?
No, it's just
Okay.
it's to segregate you from the non-Halloween Horror Night guests as they're exiting them out the park. So I'm already in the park, and then I get first access to the houses. But the big thing is, Chris, is instead of waiting out front of the park, I'm already in the park, and I could have also like ridden some rides until we're officially locked down. The official lockdown starts. You have to be in the lockdown at 5 p.m.
I'm confused because I thought you started this story to tell us of a time you cried, and then so I'm waiting on that. That's what I'm waiting on.
I know, is
did
that
that
pouting?
make you cry?
No, I pouted because my wife was late coming home from work, and we couldn't go
It
to the
messed
park
him
at
up
3.
getting
I had to
committed.
wait until 7 and wait in that ridiculous line to get into the park. So I bitched a little fit.
Hey, Mary, I just looked up at my little screen and I saw my face. Dumbfounded is not a very descriptive word. I
Like this.
It's like, I'm like, there's so much confusion and mood swing in me because I think it's funny, sad, a little angry, a little bit. What does he
Like,
thinks he's
I
Brad
might
Pitt?
vomit because it's also gross.
I do have a
Like, I don't-
question.
Go ahead.
So
Look
when
at
was
you,
when was
Kristen.
when when was this?
This was 2 years ago.
Okay, 2 years ago. I was hoping you weren't pouting from her coming home from work right now when you're not working, and then she's
he will.
working, and then,
Oh,
and then
he will.
comes home.
How dare you support this entire family and come home late? You're in lockdown.
Now, there have also been times when I have had quite a few beverages at Universal, and I want to ride Jimmy Fallon before we leave. And my
Is there a,
Whoa,
I just,
whoa!
is there a
Cut
day that you
Chris.
don't have quite a few beverages?
Right,
at
right.
Let people
Universal?
know you want to ride Jimmy Fallon.
so Rachel
Also,
Rachel says, no, it's time to go. And literally in front of the greeter, I start pouting my feet like a 5-year-old saying, oh, this is my favorite ride. And to which the team member's like, yeah, mom, this is his favorite ride. Let him ride it.
Oh, I
So
think
wait,
they
is
were
this
just.
similar to the time when you like spiked your cell phone because you had to, I don't know,
Because I had to wait in line
like a
at
normal
Jay
person?
Alcatraz. Tom and Mike, on my bachelor party, I had
And
to
then he
wait
yelled
in
at a
line.
small child.
I had to wait in line at a bar at Universal that I typically like. It's just a walk up, and they're like, "No, you have to wait in line today." And I threw my cell phone down, and then I wanted to take a picture with Jaws, and there were a couple kids in front of it. I'm like, "You don't even know who this is."
And
I'm
he like Heisman the kids, like just
and
like
doesn't cry. How much do you pay, Rachel?
But he doesn't cry.
I don't cry. I just pout.
he can't pay Rachel anymore. He doesn't have a job, Tom.
I asked her, I'm like, "Hey, can I have a loan, babe?" What do you need? I need to pay you. Tom, do you ever pout at all when you don't get your way? No. So when your family makes you go to a theme park, which
Oh, I don't go.
well, yeah, but there
Because
was
you're
one
there.
time. There was one time when I saw you go, and you look like a duck out of water, a fish out of water, like completely.
I look like
lost.
a duck and a fish. No, my family wanted annual Disney passes for Christmas one year, and I said absolutely under one condition: I only have to buy 3. There's 4 members in our family. They agreed very quickly to that. So they go, because I don't like it. I don't need no.
So do you ever
But I
pout?
don't pout about it. I just
Okay. Do
say,
you ever pout when you don't get your way? I
"All
feel
right,
like you're a pouter.
You feel like you talked to me already and you don't know anything about this foundation thing." So the other night, again, I'm being married to me. My poor wife, she drinks a lot.
Because she's married.
And her boyfriend treats her so well. If anybody deserves a boyfriend, it's my wife. And as long as she's home and cleaned up by 10, I don't ask questions.
Oh my
She's got to
god.
tell me at 10. So the other night we're laying in the bed and I went over there to try to get a little nookie. And she told me in very nice words, no. And I slammed my hand down. Don't you pout at me. I didn't get any nookie.
Okay.
That's my new favorite word.
Well, what do I call it?
I haven't heard that word since what, Limp Bizkit back in the day, man. It's been a while.
Well, I had a Limp Bizkit because my wife. Oh, cut that, Chris.
We're gonna cut that out.
We'll cut that. Yeah, we'll cut that.
Hey, why is
1990
Peter and Emily not on here anymore?
1994 called. They want
all the sponsors that I've been able to bring to this foundation. I've run a lot of them off.
I have no doubt. Chris, do you pout at all when you don't get your way?
Yeah, so we talked about the IMDb rule in my house, where if the movie's less than a certain number, we do not watch it in our house. Well, when Emily picks a movie, like a bad movie, and then I say, like, I don't want to watch this movie, I will pout the whole time. Like, it could be the funniest movie in the world, and I do my best to not laugh at any of the funny scenes. Like, it's just like I'm in pain. I'm in pain because I want to laugh really bad. So then when Emily looks over to see if I'm laughing, I'm just staring straight at the TV just to let her know that this is not a good movie. Yeah. You just have to. You can't be watching bad. You can't spend time watching bad movies in my house.
There's no lockdown.
No.
Just not gonna do anything.
How about you, Mike? Now, I would ask Mary, but
ground level.
Ooh, that's a new level.
That's a new level. Now you pout about having a broken cell phone also.
And having to wait in line at the Verizon store to get a new one.
Yeah. It's like an ogre. It has layers the way that Scott pouts.
Verizon.
Multifaceted.
Mike, do you pout at all when you don't get your way?
Yeah, no.
No, it doesn't do it. It just turns.
The only thing that, oddly enough, the only thing that really drives me nuts that I go kicking and screaming is the 1-day beach trip. I can't handle that. For some reason, I don't like, I don't know, just the sand and coming home and not having a chance to clean up. Shower.
This is fantastic.
I will say,
1-day beach trip is my one thing that I will
I can agree with you because it's a whole production, especially if you have children. Like it looks like I'm moving. Like I'm packing up the entire damn house. And like if they're young enough, have you ever had to bring a kiddie pool to the beach before because your kid is
Yeah.
dumb and can't swim yet. So you got to give them the
Yeah.
idea that they're by the water and in the water, but
And you have the
not.
kiddie pool just in case that you want a cougar as a pet to use
Oh,
as
And
a
why
water
are we
bottle.
circling back?
petty one that
I'm the
petty one that when we get home from it and she's packed 17 things of beach toys and we're pulling everything out, I'm like, they didn't use that. They didn't use that. They didn't use that. They didn't use that.
Didn't
That's-
use
Can I
this
interject
one.
here for 1 second? He does not talk to his wife that way. Right
But
now,
she's
this
not
is tough
here to
guy
say
over
that. So you know what, Mike? You talk just like that. I bet.
Yeah.
Bet.
Yeah.
here. He doesn't
Yeah.
cry and he doesn't talk to his woman that way.
Right. Now we got about a minute left before break. Mary, I feel like
Why
this is
did you? Yeah.
What?
Why did I get glazed over?
it's not that you're getting glazed over, but I feel like pouting is a major dude thing. Like dudes pout. Do you pout? Do you have a pouting story?
Just to think about it.
I know exactly.
I
Like
do,
I can come up
um,
with 5 of mine in like 2 seconds.
Well, maybe for me, it's just identifying one. I think that I pout about silly things all day long.
Like not being
Probably.
invited to Chris's wedding.
That's not a pout. That's more of a rant.
Chris, you didn't invite. I was
That's a little
invited to that
different.
wedding.
I did invite Tom and Mike.
He's like,
Holy
actually, yes, he's in the wedding party.
Yeah.
No, I'll pout about like really dumb things, I think. To be perfectly fair, I'll pout about that.
Like not having a bar in your office, and then you get
I
a
do have
bar
a
in your
bar
office.
in my office though.
Right, but I'm sure
But
you
do have
pouted
a
about
wait
it at
staff
first.
like
Yeah.
Scott does.
See,
Well,
this is
that's how I got it. So I have a productive pout, guys. Okay, I'll teach you the art of the pout. You have
know
to be productive.
Tom.
with
You
it.
know what the productive pout is called? Right
What?
breast and left breast.
Yeah, thank you.
Not for me. Clearly, it's not working. I have what? Right clavicle and left clavicle. What? I'm not working with much. I got a bird chest.
There's nothing wrong with Braille, sister. All right, Chris, cut that. Chris,
Or
cut
we'll
that.
cut that. We'll cut
Oh
that.
man. Yeah, 2-day edit.
Yeah, I know, right? All right, we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, last episode we discussed childhood nightmares and what makes childhood nightmares. In this next segment, we're gonna have a childhood heartwarming moment. You're listening to the No New Friends podcast. We'll be right back.
Drink a biscuit.